Guys, big surprise. It's not a surprise. Blizzard just made a lot of people angry, and it's Diablo Immortal. So there's a new update on this game, and it's a 6-minute video. We're gonna watch it. Here we go.
People are about to be very angry. What I'm going to show you right here is going to maybe be a little bit of what people might consider a slap in the face. I'm not really entirely pleased with this either, but I'm going to do my best to break this down.
I feel like if you're playing Diablo Immortal, you're already slapping yourself in the face. I mean, let's be honest.
In a very non-emotional way to make this objective for people as to why this is a bad decision. So currently in the game, we have received a letter to allow the people to know what our compensation will be for the Blessing of the Worthy. Keep in mind, the Blessing of the Worthy gem was sold for upwards of 100 US currency, granted with some other items within the pack, and it's stated on those packs that the gem actually specifically does something which it does not do. The damage was based upon max health, it stated, but when you actually upgraded it beyond the point of being tradable, meaning you were committed to that gem, okay, at that point it then stated that it does not work upon maximum health but current life. Obviously, because of this changes the validity of the strength of the gem and has made the community, I would say, a little bit riled up in terms of the...
So they sold a gem that upgrades into a worse version of itself. And people bought it because it was worth $100? Wow, that's crazy. I can't believe that. Who could have expected such an event? Wow.
The fact that people spent flat US currency on this item or
this is $100
invested in it only to figure out it's significantly worse than what it is. This was doubled down by the fact that classes like Barbarian literally have 1 HP with Undying, and this is a staple gem that Barbarians were using, meaning you're doing 0 damage when this thing actually triggers.
So, okay, that's smart. So basically, it has one effect, and after it gets upgraded enough, it just, the effect goes away. After you've already invested money into it, so that way, it's like, I mean, they've already got you on the hook. I mean, you might as well just keep upgrading it at that point. I mean, like, bro, you've already spent $100. You've already started upgrading it. I mean, like, you might as well just finish it off at this point, even if it ain't that good.
That in and of itself is quite funny, especially the fact because Barbarians have been a little unlucky in terms of balancing, but it gets worse because this item, all the way up until last month, that is 5 months of a gameplay development and launch, it was still stated in the game with the pack still being sold that it had the wrong text. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to show you what compensation for this is.
Okay,
prepare yourself. Here's our letter in the game. Legendary gem text issue. We've investigated issues with the accuracy of some legendary gems description and fixed them in a recent patch. We understand how central they are to builds and progression, and we apologize for any frustration this has created.
Aren't these the level 1 gems? I'm pretty sure these are the level 1 gems, guys.
Accept the below compensation.
What is this?
This is 1 of each normal gem and 2 legendary crests.
Wait, it's not even an eternal legendary crest. Because the legendary crests, you can't get the gems to sell on the auction house. You only get that with the eternals. Oh my god. Oh no. Why don't they just make it work the way they said it was going to work?
I would like to first start with the amount of legendary crests. 2 legendary crests valuation is 320 eternal orbs. The cheapest Blessing of the Worthy pack is $26. You are valuing the damage done to Blessing of the Worthy gem at 20% the valuation of the original bundle. I believe this is a miscalculation in all honesty. I think considering the fact that 12% max life to 12% current life is a drastically worse than 20% change in the gem's total valuation. Now you
it could make it completely invalid because if it makes it to where you just don't want to use it, then it's 100%. Yeah, it's a miscalculation. What if they calculated it just right? You just don't know what the answer is.
Argue that the Blessing of the Worthy gem can still be used as gem fragments. And I would understand and agree with that because I use my Blessing of the Worthies eventually as gem fragments as well. So I did get to hold some of the value of the Blessing of the Worthy.
Oh my God.
However, I don't believe this is the case for everyone, nor do I believe that 320 Eternal Orb evaluation is a very good evaluation. Let me consider you...
Isn't that like $3?
A few reasons why. What if somebody spent a good amount of platinum in the actual marketplace getting more Blessing of the Worthies so that they could upgrade the Blessing of the Worthies?
True.
Now, all of that...
Yeah, because it's like, you know, it's like the card system in Lost Ark where, like, whenever you get one, you have to upgrade another one with another one. So it's like imagine if you get like 2 Samsung phones and it's like, or 2 iPhone 7s, and you have to like you have to sacrifice an iPhone 6 in order to make your iPhone 7 and iPhone 8. Like, that's basically the way that the gems work in Diablo Immortal. And yeah, you'd have to buy a ton of these. And that's not even including the time invested of getting the other resources and everything else that goes into the upgrade as well. And everything that goes into the upgrade for upgrading the item to upgrade the other item.
Money that they spent to get the more Blessing of the Worthies, let's say they bought a 3 or 4-star Blessing of the Worthy, that evaluation is not in the calculation here.
That's
you can buy platinum, and that is part of what Wells did when they were purchasing these Blessing of the Worthies.
Yeah.
Now, you could giggle at the Wells for doing this, and sure...
And everybody, we all giggle at the whales for doing this. This is very true. I mean, the fact is that, I mean, it's funny to see something like this happen, because it's like if you're playing Diablo Immortal, I mean, look, I mean, bro, you're playing Diablo Immortal. Like, what? Like, you don't have, like, what are you complaining about? You know what I mean? But like, at the same time, they did get fucked over, and they should, like, I don't know why they don't just make it work the way that they said it was going to work. I think that's the best way to do it, rather than just change it up and make it just dysfunctional.
You can make fun of the monetization of the game.
Am I technically a whale? Yeah, I definitely whaled in this game. I spent like $2,000 or $3,000 in this fucking game, man. Now, I'm not complaining, right? But I write it off my taxes. Other people don't.
But the fact remains that some people spent up to large amounts of money on a product that did not do what it was stated, and then we have a flat payout of $5. I do not believe $5 per person is going to make the person happy, and I also believe that this is obvious. I think that if even a mild glance by anyone from a PR team would look at this and who understands the situation would understand, I don't think anyone is going...
It's like if you if like you buy a PlayStation 5 and it doesn't work, or like, let's say it's only compatible with the games that came out on release, and there's no other games that you can play with the PlayStation 5. That's all you can do with it. And like, you go to GameStop and they give you $10 of store credit. Like, I feel like that's kind of what's going on here.
To think that 6 normal gems, which is a half a day's work in terms of gem collection, or like 400 hilts or something, where, I mean, you can just buy like normal gems, okay? I don't think that's a very good compensation, nor do I think that 2 legendary crests that are non-tradable are good compensation, considering a pity is 50 for 1 gem, and by the time you got to rank 3, you would have had to use 2 Blessing of the Worthies at a minimum, just to figure out that it doesn't do what it says it does.
Yeah, just to level it up.
I also think it's particularly embarrassing that it took time to consider the compensation, and then after going and considering the compensation, this is what was offered. Also, if you look at my free-to-play account, this is something you guys could have thought of too. My free-to-play has not purchased anything here, right? But I have received compensation on my free-to-play hero. Okay, unclaimed. Here you go. They where is it? Oh, I clicked on, so it's down here now. Legendary Gem Tech. Look,
yeah.
So I can collect this on my free-to-play hero, and then what I can do is I can leave the game. I can go over to my main.
I think that this is a problem. I do. I think this is a tremendous problem, and Blizzard should fix it by not giving this compensation to free-to-play players. And what do you guys think the odds are that Blizzard's going to see this video and then they're like, oh shit, we messed that up. Okay, yeah, we're not going to give them the compensation. right? Like, and yeah, they just take the compensation away from some people, and then everything else stays the exact same. They'll never see the video. Yeah, maybe not.
Account now. Watch. Okay. Now
Yeah,
we're on the
gross
main hero.
miscalculation.
Look, same Battle.net account, same server, and I can claim it again.
Wow.
So what I don't need, in my personal opinion, is every single person that ever played the game to get 2 legendary crests. What I would like to see happen is that we actually take the time to go through and find the people who bought the Blessing of the Worthy packs. I'm sure you can track that somehow and compensate the people who purchased those. That's what I would like to see done. In fact, I think that's what most of us assumed what was happening. This is a very...
Well, it's like, here's my opinion, is like, it's very clearly misleading. If it says it does A and then it does B, that's misleading. It's not like, oh, somebody read it wrong. No, it said one thing and then it was something else. I feel like you either make it the way that it was whenever people bought it, or you refund people all of their money back. Because in my opinion, it's blatant false advertising. Where you spend the money on something, and then it's engineered in a way that the function that you're buying it for goes away. And this is not determined, this is not legible or understood by the people that are buying it. Yeah, it's great. Can't they just compensate by adding a new mount to the WoW shop? Well, they'll do that too. When you buy it, it does A. Shouldn't have upgraded it if you like the first effect. Yeah, exactly. Money back? Are you crazy? Yeah, I really, yeah, it's like paying for a Spectral Tiger and getting an unpainted Meccano Strider. Yeah, it's nuts. Call the police. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. How is it? I mean, I don't see how anybody would think this is okay. It's like, it's textbook fucking false advertising. It's not like whenever you go and you buy an item from, let's say, the Lost Ark store, and it's like the honing crystals say they have a 100% chance to hone, and then you use them, and then something doesn't hone. Well, no, it never says that.
Very lazy man, cheap way out of it, of just spamming every single person, regardless of level or if they even purchased anything, with just legendary crest. So, not a fan, personally. Let me know what you guys think about this one down in the comments. I hope Blizzard doesn't think this one's put to bed. I doubt the rest of the people can feel like it is, in my own opinion.
Look at the fucking recommended videos. Will I quit Diablo Immortal? Community outraged at Blizzard compensation. Diablo Immortal. A bunch of people with fucking pitchforks at Blizzard. Oh my god.
But hey, maybe I'm alone on this one. If I buy a beef burger and I get a chicken burger, burger, I don't want 20% of the price of the beef burger back. That's just what I'm saying.
You want exactly. No. This man is... We're going to watch this in a second. Give me 1 second. This is totally fucking reasonable. I really think so. I think this guy is being totally fucking reasonable about this. What do you mean he's a loser? Why? He's right. I think that the only reason why people think it's okay is they don't like Diablo Immortal, and you're like, oh, well, I hate this game, so it's good that people are getting scammed in it. No, it still sucks. Yeah, it's a bit extreme. I don't know, man. Yeah, it sucks. He speaks the truth. It is. This is 100% fucking true. There is nothing that is wrong about what he's saying. He's being reasonable, yeah. But don't care because he's a whale. It doesn't even matter if you're a whale or not. Even if you're a whale, it doesn't mean that people should go around with harpoons. God damn. So it's okay for companies to screw over the customer? Only if inside of your fucking randomly assigned code of ethics that you just invented for this particular circumstance. Only if it doesn't abide by that. Only if it's okay to screw over the customer as long as they fucking deserve it. Oh my God. This is just crazy. Whales being scammed is okay? I really don't think so. Because I think that nobody being scammed is okay. Because if you say that whales being scammed is okay, then what you really say is that it's okay to scam people in any circumstance. And I think that it's not okay to scam people in any circumstance. The moment that you create acceptable targets is the moment that you expand the list of acceptable targets. Because once you can do it to one group of people, you can do it to another. And I don't know, man. Everyone's scam. No one is. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's always fine until it's you. No, bro. Like, absolutely fucking not. They should give people all their money back, or they should change the gem back to where it originally was. This is not even a question. How could anybody think otherwise? I can't imagine that. That's the best argument for first time I've ever heard. Yeah, it's just it's. Yeah, just don't say that on Twitter, okay? Oh my God. Whales deserve it? They do deserve it. There's a lot of people, like, for example, let's say, like, there are a lot of people that deserve it, but that doesn't mean it's okay to do it to them. Like, for example, there's always somebody that I think should get slapped in the fucking face. Like, every single time that I see some Karen come in because they didn't write or they didn't spell her name right on her Starbucks drink. The drink's fine, but they spelled their name wrong. They spelled it Samantha with, like, I don't know, an L or something. And she throws it on the ground. Absolutely, I think she deserves to get slapped for that. But I don't think that somebody should slap her. You see what I'm saying? I still think if you slap her, you still get in trouble. You can't just go around fucking slapping people around every time they have a bad day at Starbucks. Well, so Slamantha. Yeah, that was from her college days. So anyway, let's go down here. I'll read a few comments on this. This is absolutely a slap in the face. The highlights the issue with the current pay-to-win system. Anytime they want to nerf one of these gems, they'll face the problem with people who paid real money for the gems and feel ripped off. Well, it's not that they nerf the gems. It's that people buy the gems and then they're changed inside of the game. Like, this is a good point, that whenever somebody has a gem and it gets changed later on in the game, were they being finessed? Were they, like, is it a bait and switch? You could say that it is, and I think that's a bad way to design a game, especially an infinitely scaling game like Diablo Immortal. I feel like, why not just make better gems in general? I think that'd be probably smarter, or like design them differently. But overall, I think it's very different whenever the thing that you are buying is in real time different than what it is. Like, I'm not saying that, like, oh, well, if you buy something last month and it changes this month, that, you know, it's false advertising. No, not really, because it's a live service game. Like, that's just the way things go. And that's the way that I see it. Chat's dumb. Who will fund your game when you're playing for free because you're 30 years old and broke? Bro, everybody that's complaining about whales, half the people that are complaining about whales don't play the game, and the other half probably, you're like, oh, I'm not a whale. I only spent $400. Yeah, I played it for a week. Yeah, I'm not a whale. Like, whales spend like 20,000. Like, I'm not. Like, I've spent $400. So yeah, that's really what it is.